On today's show, billions of dollars will be wasted in the race to autonomy. Acura teams up with Penske to field a prototype in the IMSA Racing Series, and a peek into the development of the Dodge Demon's monster engine. All that and more coming right up on Autoline Daily. This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the automotive industry. You know, we've been saying it a lot. Autonomy could be the most transformative technology to hit the auto industry in 100 years, and it seems everyone wants to get in on the action. But according to research firm AlixPartners, most companies will end up losing out on the race to autonomy. They point out that there are more than 50 major companies working on self-driving cars, but only 3 or 4 will end up being the winners. And most will waste billions of dollars by making investments in the wrong areas. The researchers say the tech companies have the upper hand over the auto industry since they can generate more cash to fund development. By 2025, AlixPartners expects the cost to build an autonomous car will drop nearly 80% and that electric cars will achieve cost parity with traditional powered vehicles. The researchers didn't name the companies that could win out since so much will change over the next decade. You know, Acura has fielded prototypes for endurance racing since 1991, and next year it will enter the Daytona Prototype International class in the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. The cars will be based on the Oreca 07 chassis with Acura's twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 under the hood, and they will be raced under the Team Penske banner. The cars will make their debut at Monterey Car Week in August and will first see action at the Rolex 24 in January. And in other racing news, BMW says it will join on as an official manufacturer in Season 5 for Formula E. The automaker was already providing support to the Andretti Formula E team for the racing series, and that partnership will continue on. Andretti will run BMW's cars, which, get this, will be equipped with a new powertrain developed by the automaker. Season 5 of Formula E will be run in 2018 and 2019. A month ago, GM announced Chevrolet would be pulling its sponsorship of the Woodward Dream Cruise. The annual event in the Detroit area attracts tens of thousands of classic cars and 1 million spectators, of which Chevrolet was the main sponsor for the last 6 years. But the show must go on, and Ford is stepping in as the presenting sponsor of the cruise, which officially takes place on August 19th. We'll be back with more right after this.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion. Dow Automotive Systems, advanced materials that deliver better results. And by Lear, a global leader in automotive seating and electrical systems.
In 2013, Geely, the Chinese company that also owns Volvo, purchased the company that made London's iconic black cabs. And now it's getting set to launch the first examples of an electrified cab called the TX. The vehicle will be powered by a battery pack and a gasoline range extender, which is said to provide enough range to travel from London to Edinburgh without refueling. That's a distance of over 330 miles. The newly named London EV company has already signed a deal with Amsterdam to put 225 TXs on its roads next year. They will also go on sale in London later this year, and then to the rest of the world in the first quarter of 2018. The Takata airbag recall is already the biggest recall in automotive history, around 68 million worldwide, and it's about to get even bigger. NHTSA announced that Takata will have to recall an additional 2.7 million inflators in the US. It all has to do with airbags made between 2005 and 2012 that use calcium sulfate as a desiccant. They can be found in vehicles from Nissan, Mazda, and Ford, although the specific models affected have not been listed yet. Last year, Toyota developed the Toyota Research Institute, or TRI, to focus R&D efforts in the fields of artificial intelligence and robotics. Now TRI is investing $100 million to launch Toyota AI Ventures, a new subsidiary designed to provide early-stage financing to startup companies. The investment will be applied to the areas of AI, robotics, autonomous mobility, and data and cloud technology. A dedicated management team of investment professionals and entrepreneurs will be able to make quick decisions on what companies to invest in, although operating separately from TRI's R&D operation. But the move will still offer TRI the opportunity to collaborate with tech companies who prefer to work in a venture business environment. Coming up next, I'll look into the development of the Dodge Demon's powertrain.
Lear Connexus is the new application suite in vehicle connectivity designed to deliver over-the-air software updates and more from Lear Corporation's E-Systems, leaders in power and data management.
As you know, the powertrain in the new Dodge Demon is a monster. Here's the quick facts. A 6.2-liter V8 cranks out 840 horsepower, 770 pound-feet of torque, which helps the car move from 0 to 60 in just 2.3 seconds. And on a recent Autoline this week, we were joined by the man who helped create that engine, Chris Cowlin, the director of SRT Powertrain Engineering. And in the following clip, he shared why the engineers equipped the Demon with a supercharger instead of a turbo.
That decision was done a number of years ago when we brought Hellcat to the market. We did actually look at supercharged and turbocharged variants of the Hemi, but we really thought the supercharger brings back a lot of the DNA that everybody's looking for in a muscle car. Instantaneous throttle response, some of the noise elements that come with a supercharger, which are normally in a turbocharged car quite muted. So we believe for the product we were trying to generate, the supercharger was the right road. It is true that superchargers are probably not the most fuel efficient way of generating extra power. If we can use a turbocharger, then we can harness exhaust energy, which would normally be lost, versus mechanically driving a supercharger. But we were going for a very, very specific type of car and a very specific type of owner. And we think we got the DNA about right. You know, we've sold about 30,000 Hellcats now, which is about twice as many as we ever believed we were going to sell. Obviously, that success with Hellcat leads into Demon. Demon would never have happened if Hellcat hadn't been such a success. So I think generally we're pretty pleased we got the technology right for that specific buyer.
And to learn more about the Demon's powertrain, you can watch that entire show right now on Autoline.tv, or you can find it on our YouTube channel. And while we're speaking of after hours, you will not want to miss this week's show. Our special guest is Sandy Monroe from Monroe & Associates, and he'll be talking about his team's comprehensive teardown of the Chevy Bolt and its powertrain. If you remember the show we did with Sandy and the BMW i3, you know you can't miss this episode. Tune in to Autoline.tv this Thursday afternoon for some of the best insider discussions in the automotive industry. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and for making Autoline Daily a part of your day.